Now, the note values that we use mostly are crotchets and quavers, and that's what we've been using in past rhythms. We've been playing quavers on our hi-hats and mainly like a crotchet bass drum and a crotchet snare drum underneath that for our basic rhythm. So if I play that basic rhythm, quavers, which each quaver's worth half, and crotchets between the bass drum and snare drum, which are worth whole notes. So when they're placed on top of each other, they come together like a shadow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you notice then that I counted up to 4, okay, and I was playing 8 hi-hats into that whole count. 2 hi-hats to each count. So think of it as a basic fraction. Okay, so that's us using quavers, which are worth half each on our hi-hat. Now we can also play crotchets on our hi-hat. So I've just explained that we've been playing crotchets on our bass drum and snare drum as 1, 2, 3, 4. So they happen on exactly onto the count. Now if I played crotchets on the hi-hat, it would shadow it and be exactly the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll hear that type of rhythm in like hard rock. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you notice there at the end I changed the bass drum, but I still kept to that 4-beat count. So that's crotchets. Now we can also bring in semi-quavers onto the hi-hat. Same again, they sound a lot more than what they really are. A semi-quaver is another word for a fraction, and in fractions we know a semi-quaver as a quarter note. That means if we think of a quarter, we can get 4 quarters into a whole. So our crotchets, what I've been playing on my bass drum and snare drum, are worth a whole each. They're a whole beat. So that means I can get 4 hi-hats into that whole beat, which we can also call a crotchet. So I can get 4 hi-hats into that as semi-quavers, remembering that each semi-quaver is worth a quarter. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So total in that bar, because I've done groups of 4 hi-hats to a beat, and there's 4 beats in a bar, we've done a total of 16 hi-hats in that bar. Okay? Now a bar rhythm we class it as a time signature. It lets us know how many bar beats we can put into each section of music. So the bar rhythm we're using at the moment is 4/4, which means there's 4 crotchet beats in a bar. Okay, so we know when we play, we can only go and use that crotchet, that total of crotchet beats in that bar, but we can put inside that semi-quavers, quarter beats, crotchets, quavers. We can mix them together as long as we do not go over that 4 beats in a bar. Okay? Because like I said, think of them as a shadow when you're overlaying on top. Right, so we've now got that idea that we can play them. So if I do a group of each, but within a rhythm, I'm going to change the bass drum and snare drum rhythm, but still keep to 4 beats in a bar. You'll hear that when I'm counting. So what's the hi-hat and how I change the hi-hat between notation? 1, 2, 3, 4. That quavers. 2, 3, 4. Semi-quavers. So there's 16 in the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1. Back to quavers. 1, 2, 3. Crotchets. 1 beat to a bar. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this one, we've got 1 whole crotchet count on that hi-hat to every crotchet beat in the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off beats. Now off beats are like quavers, but instead of me playing every quaver, 2 hi-hats to a beat, I'm only playing the and of that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and quavers 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so that gives us that offbeat type of feel on the hi-hat. Now when we play our rhythms, we don't always have to constantly do one type of notation all the way through a bar. We can break them into different sections. So I could do half a bar which is 2 crotchets worth. Remember, there's 4 crotchets in the bar. 4, 4. I can do half bar quavers. So that means I'm now going to do 8 hi-hats in the first half a bar. 2 hi-hats per count. 1, 2. So there's our 4 hi-hats. 1, 2. So I've still got 3 and 4 left. So I could do 2 lots of semi-quavers. So I can do 2 groups of semi-quavers. 4 semi-quavers per count on the 3 and 4. 3, 4. Putting that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could also take away the first 2 quavers, what I'm playing on that hi-hat, and replace it with 1 crotchet hi-hat, 1 strike on that count. But then do the next 2 quavers, and then I can do, that's on the second beat, and then I can do a group of 2 lots of semi-quavers. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's so many different combinations we can use and play around with. It's entirely up to you on how we play that. So now if I put that to music, listen to how I change the hi-hat and move the rhythm around on that hi-hat to change the rhythm and the dynamic part of the track. You'll also notice me coming over to the ride cymbal and doing the same again. Alright, so I'm going to go to the same track of what we started with.
With GRC Drum Kit Tuition, learn to play the music you like. Give Glenn a call on 02380 601 235 or visit grcpercussion.com.